Welcome everyone. In today's video, I will be going through all the 6 basic classes in Soul Knight Prequel, which I will be referring to as SKP. Hi everyone, my name is Soulboomer, and if you enjoy the content and want to see more Soul Knight Prequel videos, leave a like and subscribe. Number 1. Eise is one of the 6 primary classes. Eises are mainly affected by the strength SDR stat, and is steadfast as a bulwark of iron. Eises excel in their defensive capabilities. Here is a list of the skills. Indomitable blows, attacks can daze enemies. Resolve is gained whenever you daze an enemy, mitigating the damage you take. Basic training, gain bonus base stats. Depending on the skills level. Steadfast, your blocks are now empowered to unleash shockwaves. And grad resolve, resistance conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Kinetic barrier, deploy a force barrier that absorbs incoming damage. The barrier is empowered when you have full resolve. Shield bash, smash into enemies with your shield, dazing them. Deals more damage when you have resolve. Devotion aura, locks a percentage of mana to activate a devotion aura that buffs allies. Leaping strike, leap into the air and slam down on enemies in a target area, dazing them. The leap is empowered when you have full resolve. Unflinching, enter a brief state of invulnerability, whose duration is extended by resolve. Number 2, we have the Thief, a primary class. Thieves mainly deal physical damage and has a skill set that gives them great mobility. Crit chance and crit damage. Thieves are often frail and are not meant to fight head-on for extended periods, though some of its fusion classes are able to sustain themselves at higher levels through healing skills. Thieves are mainly affected by the dexterity dex stat, premeditated strikes. Every 4th attack you deal is significantly more damaging. Basic training, gain bonus base stats, grievous wounds, chance to wound enemies on critical hits, causing them to bleed. Resistance conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Tactful swoop, dash forward to avoid enemy attacks while giving your next skill the ability to trigger twice on cast. Vindictive aura, nearby allies gain vindictive aura, locks a percentage of mana, locks 15% of mana. Throwing daggers, throw multiple daggers to damage enemies. Mana cost 4. Blade rift, chance to create rifts upon hitting enemies that deal additional damage. Locks a percentage of mana, to meters range, locks 50% of mana. Stealth, enter a concealed state that significantly increases the damage of your next attack. Archer is a class focused on dealing physical damage at range. The main stat that affects archers is dexterity dex. It is one of the component classes in the pyro shot and rogue classes. Dexterous shots, consecutive attacks grant a stacking bonus to crit chance. Basic training, gain bonus base stats. Piercing arrows, projectiles have an increased chance to pierce enemies. Resistance conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Tumbling shot, roll forward to avoid enemy attacks while performing multiple normal attacks. True shot aura, nearby allies gain true shot aura, locks a percentage of mana. Spot weakness, mark enemies and slow them. Defeating a marked enemy grants mana. Precision barrage, unleash a downpour of arrows that directly strike surrounding enemies. Cloud piercer shot, fire a devastating shot that pierces and knocks back enemies. Animancer is a class focused on dealing magic damage, specifically fire damage. The main stat that affects Animancers is intelligence, and it is one of the component classes in the pyro shot and pyro knight classes. Pyroclad, chance to gain a shield upon taking damage that increases defense and fire resistance. Basic training, gain bonus base stats. Conflagration, enemies afflicted by fire ailment have a chance to be engulfed in a small area explosion. Resistance conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Fireball, send forth multiple fireballs that track enemies. Fire aura, nearby allies up and gain the flaming enchantment, locks a percentage of mana. Flamethrower, expel flames in a damaging frontal cone, has high chance to cause enemies to burn. Volcanic rift, create a volcanic rift at a target area that continuously ejects fireballs. Ground Zero, create a violent explosion at the target location after a short delay. Tempest Mage is one of the 6 primary classes, specializing in magic damage, specifically cold and shock. Tempest Mages are mainly affected by the intelligence and stat. Smooth Sailing increases the chance for your elemental damage. To inflict ailments, basic training, gain bonus base stats. Shatter, freezing or killing an enemy with the cold ailment. Creates a shattering explosion. Resistance conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Icicles, launch multiple icicles against enemies. Invoke thunder. Summon a fulminating blast to obliterate your target and trigger a chain lightning that consumes any cold ailment on its targets to branch into additional lightning arcs. Tempest Aura. Nearby allies, weapons gain the Tempest enchantment. Lock a percentage of mana. Ball lightning. Magically release an orb of plasma that continuously attacks enemies and consumes any cold ailment on them to discharge a cascade of smaller plasma orbs. Blizzard. Magically conjure a violent blizzard at a target area that deals continuous damage. Warrior is a primary class, accessible during character creation. Warriors mainly focus on dealing damage close-up, often using swords, lances, greatswords, sword and shield, and lance and shield type weapons. They also are extremely tanky and are fairly easy to use. Warriors, while slow, usually deal deadly amounts of damage. They are mainly affected by the Strength STR stat. Rhythm of War. Normal attacks are empowered to grant you Battle Lust, increasing your overall damage. Basic Training, gain bonus base stats, Pose to Kill. Continue to gain Battle Lust whenever you charge up for an attack. Resistance Conditioning, gain bonus base resistances. Wind Ren Slash. Unleash a projected slash with your melee weapon and launch a projected slash with each successive attack afterward at the cost of Battle Lust. Blitz. Dash forward and deal damage to all enemies in your way. Aggression Aura. Nearby allies' weapons. Gain Aggression Aura. Whirlwind Slash. So Carnage has a whirlwind of death. Dealing for instances of damage. Can be cast continuously. Battle Frenzy. Enter an enhanced state and continue to gain Battle Lust while draining mana. Finally, Animancer. There is not much info on this class as it has just recently been announced. But here is some footage, so Animancer lovers, sorry but you have to wait. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling adventure. If you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exhilarating battles and exciting content from the world of Soul Knight and Soul Knight Prequel. That is it from me. Now bye.